everybody, welcome back to TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One, here to empower and inspire your wig journey. Today I'm going to present a style by Jon Renau. This is called Natalie Petite. I think it's a great little easy to wear pixie style for summer, but there's a lot of detail here you won't want to miss coming up. I purchased this style with my own funds from Wig Studio One. If you're interested in more details or purchasing this wig style, drop below this video, expand the description box. I'll put a link in there directly to this style. If you click on that link, it will take you out to the Wig Studio One website where you can take a look at details and pricing. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio One. If you have a question about this style or any other, don't hesitate to reach out to support at wigstudio1.com. So Natalie Petite, this is the first that I've explored the Natalie Petite. I at one time was able to review the Natalie, but that's been years ago, and that was the original Natalie with an average size cap. So they now make it Natalie in a petite size, and they just added the California Blondes collection. So this California Blondes collection was expanded to Natalie not too long ago. So the color that I'm wearing here is that Laguna Blonde, which is FS24102S12. And Laguna Blonde is probably the warmest, lightest rooted blonde you'll find among all of the Jon Renau colors. So taking a look at the Laguna Blonde real quick here, it's a combination of a gold blonde. And that gold blonde is so gold, it almost looks a little bit red gold or strawberry gold to me. And then that's highlighted with platinum. And all of that is supposed to be on a light brown root. I have seen variable rooting on this color among the styles that I've explored in this color. This one looks pretty light brown to me, although it is more of a warmer light brown. It does go very nicely with this overall color. I think it's a beautiful summer color for sure, and a summer style. So let's talk about Natalie. Now Natalie and Natalie Petite both belong to a collection by Jon Renau called the Oh So Light Collection. In the Oh So Light Collection, you will find a group of styles that have a very lightweight, low density, and lightweight caps, because they're all open caps, meaning that there's open wefts on the top, sides, and back. There's no lace and no monofilament. These are true, what I love to say, plug and chug wigs. So you plug them on your head and chug out the door. It's so easy. Shake and go is another one that we like to use. Easy wearing wig style, and a somewhat and relatively affordable when you can catch a Jon Renau wig on sale, which is typically about every weekend at Wig Studio One. You can get 30% off. So that will bring this just down to just over $100. So I think it's a really nice value as well. But this style is a cute, asymmetrical pixie cut, which I adore those. That front piece is going to be right around 5.5 inches on the right side, and around 3.5 on the left side. Now the nice part about Natalie is if you don't like the asymmetry, you can move that top piece over to create more of an even look. There's a lot you can do here because it is open wefts on the top, sides, and back. I want to point out something that I noticed right out of the box. In fact, I really had to inspect it well to be sure that it wasn't a defect. So when you get your Natalie or Natalie Petite and you notice this feature, it won't send you into a panic. One of the ways that Jon Renau has made this such a light density is by using little support hairs at the base. Now these support hairs do two things. They cover up the wefts, they help obscure the wefting so that they can have a really light density in the fiber that actually creates the style, the main fibers, okay? This is an impossibly light density wig, and without these little support hairs and some permatease, you can probably see right through. But those little support hairs, let's try to find some for you. they were really obvious at the part. And a lot of them stuck, they were sticking up a little bit, about 2 inches in length on those little support hairs. And you'll find those at the base sewn into the wefts all around this cap. So what I did was initially I sprung the part, you know how I like to get in there with a wide tooth comb and just gently pull up. This separates the fiber from the permatease layer. And then that's when all the support hairs kind of lifted as well. And that's when they were really obvious. So I can use the heat from my hand, create a parting space, and then just kind of use the heat from my hand to define the part and push down those support hair fibers. So there's a moderate amount of permatease on this Natalie. Again, to help obscure the wefts, to create a little bit of lift where it needs it. It does give some nice lift at the crown and at the top there, okay? But I would urge you to get a rooted color or a darker color, because I do feel like this is such a light density that you'll be able to see down into a nesty permatease look if you don't have a rooted color or strategic styling to cover that up. Now, there's not as much permatease on this as there would be like the Evan by Jon Renau, which is just lace front, open top, sides and back. That one has a lot of permatease on top. So if you have explored the Evan, you'll know that this is definitely not as much permatease as that. I try to put this into perspective. It's very fine, soft, silky, and a possibly light density. Okay. Now let's talk about the specs or the measurements, because like I say, that there's that front fringe there around 5.5 and 3.5, which you can move around and adjust with your styling. There's about a 5.5 inch crown. It has a nice little profile at the crown, cute as can be, not too high, just a little bit of profile there, and then that tapers quickly down into a 2.5 inch nape. I feel like that nape is really ample. It curls around the ear and extends well below the occipital ridge or occipital bone there. It stays put with moving my head around. Then again, about a 3.5 inch layer here on the sides. It only weighs like 2 ounces. It is super lightweight, as we expect, just talking about the lightness of these fibers. Now, I actually like a little more body in my fiber, and the only way you're going to have that is by having more fiber. It would be impossible for anybody to be supported by such a light density here. It's easily tuckable behind the ear. It has really nice ear tab coverage. It's really lightweight and cool. So if you're looking at Natalie to add to your summer lineup for wigs, this would be fantastic. It's going to be very breathable as it's open wefted on all sides. The cap is a bit stretchy. So let's talk about the fit on this. So again, I explained there's an average size Natalie, and then there's the Natalie Petite. This is the Natalie Petite. I'm a 21.25 inch circumference and had to make no adjustments for this to fit me wonderfully. Going from memory, the original Natalie felt just like an average cap by Jon Renau. So I had to cinch it in a little. It had a little bit of stretch. Some Jon Renaus are very large, but that particular Natalie was not. So I think unless they come out with a Natalie large at some point, it might be a little uncomfortable to stretch yourself into a Natalie if you are of a large circumference, although I have no way of measuring that. So let's take a look at the inside of the cap for Natalie Petite. So all of the measurements on this cap will be shorter. Your ear to ear is a little shorter, your front to back, and the circumference. I am a 21.25 inch circumference and petite average in all of the other measurements. This cap fits me beautifully without having to make any adjustments. It's super lightweight, right around 2 ounces. And then you have this beautiful velvet piece here at the front. That's going to create some nice comfort there. And then you have a hidden weft just to show a little bit of fiber right there at the wig line to help obscure that. Everything else is open wefted. So even the ear tabs, you've got an open wefted ear tab, but there's a lot of fiber spliced in right there at the ear tab. This really has some nice coverage. And you do have an extended felted nape with the Velcro style adjusters. Everything about this cap is high quality. It just doesn't have any lace or monofilament. So if you want a similar style by Jon Renau that just has a little lace front, I love Evan by Jon Renau. It has a nice long deep lace front, but then it is open wefted top, sides, and back. It has a beautiful little profile, and you can wear your up and over styles and that kind of thing. You'll spend a little bit more on the Evan compared to the Natalie, but Natalie doesn't really need any lace or monofilament. There's great coverage all the way around. You've got these measurements that frame the face and cover up the wig lines. You can work with the top. I think you're really going to like this as a plug and chug style. Now, what I would do, and I probably will at some point, is use a little bit of a texturizing spray, like a sea salt spray, or some Peace Out contour cream by Jon Renau, just to create a little bit of texture. We can get some height. We can pull out the pieceiness of it, style it, and maybe create a little bit of hold. I think it's going to be adorable for warm weather. Now, if you are of a large circumference and really like the look of Natalie, I suggest that you take a look at the Aesthetica's Jet. Aesthetica caps tend to be a lot roomier compared to Jon Renau. They tend to fit very, very large on me. In fact, I can't wear a lot of Aesthetica for that reason. But Aesthetica's Jet is going to look similar. Aesthetica's Perry is also going to have the little asymmetry going on here as well. So check out those if you are a large circumference and like the look of this one. Petite is going to be an amazing little summer style and glasses friendly. As you can imagine, there's very little permatease around that ear tab, and the density is just so light. Most Pixies, in fact, are very glasses friendly, but just for the record, this fits wonderfully with glasses.